There it is. Hello. Sorry, Facebook wasn't working. I couldn't get it to work, so I've had to log in and log back out and everything to get it to go working. But it is working now. So hello, Dawny. Hello, our Leslie. Emma Woods again. Our Craftaholic again. Joanne Hedges. How's your flowers? Craftaholic. Shirley Nugent. Zena. Luke Susan. And who have we got? Is our Rob watch? I didn't notice Rob earlier. Anne Hooper. Deborah Smith. Sally Ann. Linda Lewis. Rachel Sargent. Nice name. Love the heavy breathing at the beginning. Sorry, it's some of the tablets I'm on. Some tablets that I'm on make me breathe really heavy every now and again. I have to... Oh, no. Once I take a deep breath, I have to do a few. It's weird. Sorry, guys. Yes. But I also was annoyed because I couldn't get it to work. Hello, Rolf. Hello, Rolf. I haven't noticed your name pop up in ages. I know you're all watching and you don't all say hello all the time, but it's lovely when I get to see everybody's name. How are we all? Are we all good? Are we dealing with the snow and the cold? I've just been out to... I'm not been low. I've been to the little boys' room, as we all do in between shows, and it is freezing. It says, the chart says it's 1 degree. But I reckon it's minus out there. Thankfully, it's not cold. Rachel says, I'm a barber and my business name is Sargents. Oh, I like that. Oh, why can't you be in Sheffield? I could do with a really decent barber. The one near me is just, he always cuts it too short or doesn't, I don't know. I suppose we all say that. And we've got Vivian watching. Oh, this is lovely. I get to see everybody's names. Our Nicola's back. Finally, Facebook's working again. Yeah, I couldn't get it working properly, Nicola, and it wasn't working last week. I think someone was telling me, and I could be wrong here because I make a lot of stuff up in my head. But someone was telling me that the more likes and follows that you have on a page, the stronger they let your signal be for your Facebook Live. Now, to me, that sounds a bit nonsensy, but apparently it is. But by looking at it, we've just gone over 2,000. So we are getting more follows. But again, if you know anyone who isn't following us, get them to follow us. Get them to, because then they can see more, which always sounds good. Right. Oh, Julie Temperton's just dished up tea. What did we have? Although I did say we wouldn't talk about... Susan sat with a blanket on me and eating a bag of sweets. Oh, that sounds lovely. I made a chicken curry earlier and Sam had someone who got in from work and I didn't have enough time. So I've got that to eat after this. So I'm having mine in a bit. But what are we having? Tamworth by Drayton Manor. Oh, I went to Drayton Manor. I used to live in many, many years ago. YouTube is working, Chris, because you're on YouTube, but it is working. I lived in Nuneaton and I took I suppose my cousins, they were my stepdad's sister's husband's children. So I said cousins, it's easier. To Drayton Manor many, many, many years ago when I first moved down there for work at about 20. And our lovely Helen's working. But I did say we talked tonight about kids' TV when I was on Hobbycraft. So Christine says it snowed here in Hampshire this morning. I know it snowed down there. I spoke to Peter and he said he'd had snow. Oh, Heather's got lamb shank and a jacket potato. Carol Bignell, what have you had for dinner, Carol? You're in bed now with a heated blanket on. But Karen Dovey's on both. Julie's got chilli and rice with garlic and coriander name bread. I think she means naan bread, but you can have name bread if you want. I had a midweek roast, beef and gammon. Oh, you roasted 2 meats, Sarah Jane. It's very good. I ordered a carvery for delivery last week because Sam was away for work. And I ordered 2 meats and all they said, and I ordered gammon and they were out of beef. So I went gammon and turkey. And when it arrived, all I got was turkey. And whilst I liked turkey, I was very disappointed because I wanted my gammon. Excuse me. So, Rachel's had steak, fries and peppercorn sauce with mushrooms. But yesterday, I did I'd been to Costco, so I bought some beef short ribs. So I braised some beef short ribs in. I just realised then that the overhead was looking too small, too big. So I braised some beef short ribs in red wine and a whole clove, a whole bulb of garlic, and roasted it slowly, and then added the roast garlic to the red wine and beef stock sauce, and we had that with mash and veg, and it was it was lovely. It really was. What we got on here? Who's had on here? Oh, stew and dumplings for our dawn. Susan Middlebatch had a mushroom omelette. Who had a carbonara? Chicken curry for Miriam. Cottage pie for our Leslie. Oh, you went and got one. Janet McRae, homemade vegetable soup. Oh, nice. Bolognese, pasta and cheese sauce for Sheila. Kirsty, is Hobbycraft going on to Virgin as well as Sky? As far as I'm aware, they are talking to Sky. They're talking to Virgin. I don't know if anything's arranged, but I was asking the head of TV, sort of owns the shop TV brand that Hobbycraft's done through, and he said they were talking to Virgin. Virgin is very expensive, and it's very expensive for the number of viewers they've got. So it's usually one of the last ones to go on, but they are talking to them. Emma had Slimming World chicken kebab and salad. Linda Brooks had roast lamb. Oh, this is lovely. Kathleen had battered chicken balls, egg fried rice, and vegetable stir fry, all homemade. Our Leslie and Rob had cottage pie that Leslie had handmade by travelling to Marks and Spencer's and buying it, because I know our Leslie, bless her. Right, so I should do some demoing, shouldn't I? I was going to use the inserts because I think they're lovely. I really do. I thought I did say I would show some more. Oh, carbonara, Kirsty, did you have the carbonara, Kirsty? Lovely. Oh, and Chris got our inserts today. There we go. Oh, Deborah had Greek staffardo. I love staffardo. Deborah, while you're there, get us a recipe, will you? Oh, I'd love you. Susan had cheese on toast. Is it not making you hungry? Yeah, I'm starving now, having discussed all this. Zena had Slim Fast. Zena, have something proper. I've done all of those. It doesn't work in the long run. But if that's what you like, I'm not thinking. Elizabeth, roast chicken, roast potatoes, cauliflower, carrots and peas, and Yorkshire puddings on a Wednesday. Actually, to be fair, it's a very Yorkshire thing. My mum always did a roast chicken on a Wednesday. It was a roast meat on a Sunday, but she invariably did a roast chicken on a Wednesday. But we never ate because my mum worked, which wasn't that... Oh, your samples did come, Leslie. They're beautiful. And yours, Carol. They are both stunning. But I'm really upset. I cannot find where I've put Nicola's. I've put them somewhere and I put them somewhere safe and I can't find them. But thank you, Carol. Yours are stunning. Leslie, yours are beautiful. They both are. You'll get to see all of these next week. So, Sandra, the times of the programmes on Hobbycraft are awkward and you can't watch later. I don't have a TV licence, so I have to be careful where I watch. You can watch on YouTube, Sandra, back. And I think from next week it will be coming back. Oh, Deborah's sister made it. Oh, please, Deborah, if you could get me a recipe, I'd be a friend forever. But yeah, so we always did that. But yeah, they're beautiful, Carol. They're so clever. Really are. Right, so, sorry, I should do something, shouldn't I? Any questions, guys? Fire them in as usual. Craft Cave Live is all about you guys, and so that's why we're just chatting about nonsense, really, I suppose. But what was I saying on Hobbycraft? So Hobbycraft will be going on Sky and will be going on YouTube separately. With each show will be a separate show for you to be able to watch back on YouTube from Hobbycraft soon. That should have started last week. There's obviously something stopped it, but it should be starting soon. So I'm going to show you here. So this is one of the I did Doesn't that look like it's a foiled pattern or design? I thought that looked just amazing. It's a really good way to use it, because I bought some gold mirror card, and I'm going to show you. I bought some gold mirror card because ours has run out. Oh, Karen Boxall had Hunter's chicken and roast spuds. Oh, lovely. Brockwurst sausage with egg fried rice and cheese sprinkled over the top. Oh, Catherine, that sounds nice. Rolf, what have you had? Have you had something really... I love German food. I'm a big German food addict. But I love sausages and sauerkraut and cabbage and things like that. I bought this mirror card, and it was really... Oh, look. Beautiful mirror card, but really not a nice colour, I thought. Because ours had run out, and we can't get any. Ours is, we've reordered it, but it's not come back in yet. And it's not like this, but I thought when you do it with the coconut white, it really works. But can you see you've got that whole new design there that doesn't exist? So that's one option. Oh, Dan Bancroft said you can watch back on the Craft Store YouTube channel. Scroll to the show you want. Oh, I'll have to try and remember that. Samantha Hughes, sweet chili chicken with rice. Oh, nice. But I thought I'd try. I had this idea, and I thought I'll try a different one. So we know we can put them on a piece of like that. And I'm very lucky. I've got 2 sets. But obviously, I'd need a bigger piece. They're not going to fit like that. So I don't want to do it. But then I had this idea where I could do, where they actually match together. So we're going to try that. Susan says, my daughter-in-law is German, had some lovely food when visiting there. Yeah, German foods. I mean, I love nothing as bread with cheese. That's, Rolf, that is probably the most German you could have been at that moment, because that's one of the things I love about that. Germany have no embarrassment of saying, I just fancy some cold meat, some ham, or I fancy some cheese and some bread and some sauerkraut or some coals, and they will just eat that, and they'll have that 3 meals a day if they fancy it. And I think that's really clever of them. So what I'm going to do is I've cut my panel to 6 by 6. So 1, 2, 3. So I want to get my pattern in the middle at 3. So I'm using my mat to put it down, and I've taped them together. So I've created this little pattern. So I'm going to run that through and cut that and see what we get. But I also wanted to show you how you can mix the inserts in with what you get in it. So I'm using the notched floral frame, which is, I think, my second favourite of the notched. So Mandy says she loves the German food as well. Yeah, I'm a big fan, but yeah, Germans have got no embarrassment saying I had some bread and some cheese and really enjoying it. And you know, Brits were always funny about things like that, and I don't know why. So what you want to do is, when you are multiple cutting, I know I'm with a lot of you guys, I'm teaching you to suck eggs, but when you're multiple cutting, what you want to do is you want to make sure you get all of the bits out before you go in with the second cut. I know it's that little bit time consuming, but what you don't want are those bits falling out and marking your card. Not if you're going to use it right as a centerpiece. So I'm just taking these bits out. And again, I wouldn't have thought that this is that Christmassy. I know it's holly, but you can get away with it being a leaf. It doesn't have to be that Christmassy. And what's that? Our Anne said, what is that? Ephedine. Oh, resplendent in gold and ivory. You've got me. That's a word I have never heard, and I'm struggling. And I love my word. Oh, Anne, you're going to have to tell me, spell that out phonetically so I know how to pronounce it. What a lovely word. So you can see that I've done one side. Audrey says, just got back from the Rhine and Moselle cruise. First holiday on my own. It was amazing. Oh, I bet that was wonderful, Audrey. I've always said, Sammy goes on holiday on his own quite a lot. He's happy to do that. And I've never had time, but when I will, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm happy to do that on my own, and I will cruise. I really fancy doing like one of the cruises down the Rhine, or, you know, the Danube or something like that. Chris Elephantine. Chris Elephantine. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Anne. I love that. I love learning new words. Yeah, one of my favourites, Karen's just said, I like bread, cheese and salad leaves. One of my favourites was to get a couple of cheeses, a couple of sort of like cooked meats, a block of butter. This is going to sound really bad. A block of butter, some French bread or some crusty bread, and some salt. And basically butter the bread, put a bit of rock salt on it, and then put some cheese and some ham and think, oh, sit there all night doing that, me. Just literally eating that. So here, I'm keeping that pattern going. So, hope you can see, we're doubling it up, but I've only had to cut this through twice so far. But we can get a really delicate, probably far more delicate. If this was one dye, it would never, these bits would never come out. They really wouldn't. I just don't think they work. It would be far too detailed to do. Oh, sod off, Leslie, sorry. Oh, I've always wanted to do the Nile cruise. And I can't convince Sammy to do it, so I'm going to have to do it. I said I'll do it with Leslie, or I'll do it on my own. And Leslie and Rob are now talking about doing it next year. It's the one thing I really want to do. I've always wanted to do the Nile. I'm fascinated by Egypt. I've always wanted to do the Nile cruise and go to Abu Simbel and visit Hatshepsut's temple and all of those things. But yeah, one day. Yeah, it's still on my bucket list. I will do it. So here we go. Let's just taking the last little bits out. Nicola loves butter, but don't have we don't have margarine in the house. You're not the size of a house, Nicola. I can't say anything. No, I won't have margarine and fake. Everyone's different. I'm a big believer in butter, and I know you should never put salt with everything, but I do. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I would not impinge, Nicola. Leslie said I can come too, but I would never impinge on anyone else's holiday. Plus, I know how those two will go. I can't afford that. So there, we've got a double pattern. And remember, I'm going to put one more in of these because I can. Linda did the Nile cruise a few years ago. It was fantastic. Yeah, I've always wanted to do it. And I will do. Eventually we all get, we get to do our bucket list items eventually. Oh, I love that. That's our favourite at Christmas is cheeses. Who said that one? Oh, Samantha Hughes. So what we do is what me and Sam do. Dinner, I'll do Christmas lunch. But in the evening, Christmas Day and Boxing Day, we will have cheeses and things like that, and sort of, or we'll call it nibbly bits, but it's always cheeses and meats and things. What's that one? I buy butter with sea salt in it. I treat myself to that every now and again, Nicola, the same. As someone said, if you're going to Egypt, ensure you use probiotics before you go. Helps if you pick up stomach problems. Our stomach meds don't work. Oh, yeah, I think Leslie told me a few bits like that to do. So let's hope this fits and doesn't go too big. I am just playing. I've just got this idea of what I wanted to try. So there we go. Yep. So let's put that one on. Ooh, our Sammy's printing again. We have what's he printing? Oh, CVs. He must be interviewing. Zena, salt is so bad for your heart. I don't think I can do any more damage to my heart. I think I'm all right. But yeah, I had a lecture all about that on Tuesday, all about salt being bad for your heart. So here we go. There we go. So we've nearly filled up a whole sheet. So yes, I've had to make 3 cuts to do this, but it is such a beautiful pattern. So let's just, again, pick those bits out. And Mountjoy. We watched Inside the World's Most Luxurious Cruises. It was on Monday 17th on Channel 4. Yes, we watched that. We'd actually looked at one of those. We actually had priced one of those. It was crazy. We priced the 7 Seas one, but yeah. Oh, that's quite strange. Karen says, for the beggars, take cheap pens with you, like them for the kids at school. That's what we did when I went to Tunisia. They really, really, really wanted pens. 2 ladies that had been before that we met on the plane gave us a box of pens each, me and my mate, because we went many years ago, and said they brought loads of them because that's what everybody wanted. So what I'm going to do now is a little bit of spray glue and straight on, but you can see, because I said this is a really cheap looking. Oh, I haven't picked it all out. I thought I had. Oh. Really, really cheap looking mirror card. But when you do that, it really works. Just covering it up, a lot of it. So where are we? Let's get some scissors and let's trim this one out. So yeah, any questions, guys, fire them in. Rolf did the Nile cruise a few years ago. It's fantastic. Yeah, it's something I just want to do. But, you know, I'll save up and I'll do it one day. When we went, Zena says, over half the boat went down with it, staff included, lost 3 days. Then went down with pneumonia. Oh, bless you. Yeah, that would be very, very annoying. I would take any precautions I could, so not to spoil it. So you can see there, I mean, that just now looks so expensive. Susan, we are going with the Riviera for our German Christmas market cruise. I'm quite lucky as my sister-in-law runs her own travel company, so she finds the best deals for us. That's what Sam's really good. And Sheila's just said, my blood pressure tends to err on the low side, so I was told to have more salt. That's why we have salt in quite a lot, because Sammy has low blood pressure, and he was told to increase his salt for that as well. So you can see there 2 very different centerpieces made with the same piece. And I know we've got that, but I'm going to actually cover that over, because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use the pieces actually from the notched floral frame to create myself a little bit of a focus on there as well. So to do that, I'm going to take a piece of white, and I'm using the 3 from the middle. Oh, thank you, Sue. That's very kind of you to say. So over that, we go pick up that middle one. Nicola said, the sure has the wow factor with the gold and the pattern. It does. It does. And it works, like I say, that really cheap colour that didn't like it. So I'm just going to now cut myself a little frame out, because we've got so used to the frame makers that I realised when I was doing it earlier that we don't really a lot of the time know. I think we've forgotten how to cut matching frames without frame makers. So I can show you the difference, because I've already cut out my main frame piece. So I've got that one cut. And now I've cut myself out a middle frame piece. So let's just take those bits out of it. There we go. But for this one, it's really easy for me to cut a frame to match it, because I get a little bit more of that gold foil card, and I just take the frame maker and cut it. I really want to see the new Egyptian Museum. That's what I want to see, Leslie. I was reading about it yesterday. Yeah, the new And it's cost millions, hasn't it? But yeah, I can't wait to see that. And I do hope, and I shouldn't say this, but I do hope that they get some of the pieces back that they're wanting. So I know that because I'd like to see the Nefertiti bust, but that I think is in is it in Berlin, that one? And I've done, I couldn't justify going to Berlin just to see that, and I've done Germany quite a lot, so it's not somewhere we'd go back to. So you can see here, it's really easy with the frame maker to make that frame. I mean, again, look how expensive that looks. Really is the cheapest, tackiest mirror card that you can buy. So I'm then going to spray glue, and it's easy to do. But obviously, I want a gold frame to go behind this one. So how do I do that relatively easily? Well, I can start messing about. And I can start trying to leave that in place and no, it breaks already. So don't. What you do is this. Take a piece of the gold that you want to do and cut that out first. So cut out your shape first. So I'm just going to do that on my Kaleido because it's small enough. So there we go. Then I'm going to take that one and spray glue that. Oh, Kath says Nefertiti is in Berlin and she's stunning. Have you seen it, Kath? I'd love to see that up. I'd love to see it in person. It's supposed to be an amazing sculpture. There's a fantastic, I think it's something like Treasures. Somebody did a documentary. It's on BBC iPlayer. Treasures of Ancient Egypt in 3 stories, where he picked his own top treasures, and they weren't the ones you'd expect to. Nefertiti was one of them, but some of them were absolutely, some of the ones he'd picked, early pieces, were just beautiful. If anyone go and see, I want to see Tut's mask. It's crazy. And Mountjoy, I bought some really cheap gold mirror card off eBay once, and when I put the tap on to die cut it, the top layer came off the tape and exposed silver underneath. Yep, that's how a lot of these are made. A lot of the cheap ones are made with gold, with silver mirror card, and they put a plastic coating of gold over the top plastic. So what I've done is I've glued that on. Yeah. So all I need to do now is take the middle out. So it's really easy. So you take the middle die and you click it into place. So yes, it does mean cutting twice. Kath said I saw her and was just bewitched by her. I'm not surprised. I was lucky because my mum and dad were in Cairo for 5 years, so we were able to visit. Oh, I'd forgotten about that, Leslie. Bless. Well, we all get to go where we want to eventually, won't we? So, here we go. So there, by cutting out that middle, can you see I've really easily made a beautiful framed piece with no piece on the outside. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other piece in this set. So I'm going to show you a lot of different options of how we can put it together. So this is from the notched floral frame. Love this one. Now, of course, there isn't an outside die for this panel. The outside die is the frame maker. So I'm going to cut myself a spare frame maker at the same time. So I'm just going to put those two together. I need to make sure, again, that's nice and centralised. So tape it down well because I don't want it to spoil. There we go. And I'm just going to run that through and cut that. I've just realised then, sorry, I've just stopped talking completely. So there we go. Oh, yay, Amanda. Happy parcel arrived. Excellent. Oh, my gold card came from a friend who worked at an industrial dye making company, and they had a good clear out. I've nearly 500 A1 pieces. Whoa, you'll never go through all of that. Nicholas said, oh, Leslie says, she's going to have a morning cutting out all the frames and see where it leads her. Let's just take these out. So I'm just getting all of the waste pieces out. And there's always a bit, isn't there? There's always a bit somewhere that doesn't cut. So if you gently pull from behind, you can usually get it to finish, which I have done. So you can see there, sorry, all everyone saw then is my thinning hair. Oh, it is thinning, isn't it? You can see it grey there. Samantha, I've not been on a plane for 12 years since we got Maggie. We're thinking Mexico might be the first time we go abroad again, but hopefully not for a few more years yet. We had a fab time in Mexico. So I want to show you a different way that you can take the middle out to make a frame this time. So this is the piece of waste from making our gold frame. Yeah. So I'm going to take, again, this piece of cut I've just cut in white. I'm going to spray glue that, and I'm going to glue it straight on to the gold piece. So again, nice and simple, fit it. Left a piece in because I always do, because it's me. And then I'm just going to take the centre and put it in, and it will cut through because it's a simple shape, 2 pieces. So really do it nice, simply. Leslie had her grey done today. The leaves pattern on this is gorgeous. I love this. I think I spent so much, I don't know, time on this one. It's match it because the leaves, the stitched leaves match it as well. So I do love that. But there we go, there we go. So what we can do this time is we could build out. So just to show you a completely different idea. Christine, no, the Art of Craft doesn't sell the spray glue. The spray glue is very expensive, and unfortunately it's because it comes from America. It's from an American company, 3M. They won't deal with a lot of people in Britain. It's very hard to get hold of. I buy it on Amazon and it is expensive. It's over 20, it's about £24 a can at the moment. It's one of those that you always say it's worth it because all of the rest don't work as well. But get it, if you can find it on offer, get it when you can. So just to show you the different sort of options we could go with. I love that. We could just go like that. We could stack them up together, which I don't like as much. We can, and this was one of the original ideas, go for that middle that we made. Then I'm going to rotate that to fill that space there. And then frame that off. Again, completely different pattern. Or we can go with this basic one. Or we can go just like that. We can go just like that. Or we can again this time put that one into the middle. And can you see you're getting a totally different look every time. Could you use the leaves in an oval? I'm sure you could. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Karen, but yes, of course you could. And it works. Thank you. Who said that? Susan said the gold looks amazing on screen. I think it really does. Yeah. But it's nice, but it's, you know, it is an absolutely beautiful colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with this mix. I like that one. So that's the one I'm going to go with. And so grab my foam tape when I remember where I put it. Oh, it's behind me. There we go. So I'm going to start by putting this in the middle. There's too many options, and we haven't used everything yet either. So I haven't used everything in the, even in the die set. There's more pieces in that die set. So I'm just going to add some foam tape onto the back of here. And then if you notice, there's two little dots. So I can see exactly where to put that with those two little dots. And then I want to frame it. So I'm going to take some take some foam tape again. And just go around. And what I'm going to do is one of the tricks I do a little bit. I'm going to put 2 layers of foam tape on to make it just that little bit deeper. I've had someone else say hello, hello, Spork. I love that as a name, Spork. .444. There we go. So just putting on till I've got 2 layers on it. There we go, perfect. So there's my framed piece. So there's my frame all done, ready. So Elaine says, which spray glue was it, please? Just been on Amazon and can't remember which one you said. Right, it is either display mount or photo mount. Do not get spray mount. Spray mount is half the price, but isn't permanent. It doesn't stick. So make sure it is display mount. It's the dark one. Or if you can't find display mount, photo mount. But display mount, it used to be called craft mount. So just matching the design up. There we go. Same thing again. No, not in the middle enough. So don't press it down. That's why I like the foam tape. If it's wrong, until I've really gone for it, you can. It's less than a week, Amanda. It's Sunday. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Get that nice and in the centre. And then clip off any corners that you can see. I very rarely do just 2 colour cards now, but this just seems to really work. I think it's just a beautiful collection. There we go. Oops. Get that nice and central. And then what I've done is I've already cut myself a few little bits of this. Kirsty, do you have a smaller frame with a floral pattern? I don't think there is. I think that's the biggest one. No, Amanda, I don't think we do. I'll go through them all in a minute, Kirsty, and we'll check for you. So what I've got here are, I've done some of Leslie's favourites, the Sweeping Boughs, and I've got the Happy Christmas because I'm going to go with the Christmas. But I love those, so I'm going to glue these individually. So we're going white on white. Now, Amanda said she's cancelled visitors ready to order. That's terrible. Zena says, I've given lots of card and paper to local schools. I gave a load. I gave a load as well to a school company, as my old dentist receptionist, whose daughter worked at a school, and they were desperate for cards. So I took 2 massive, sort of like really massive boxes in of stuff I'd got left. So yeah, always, it's lovely to do that. What Zena, do, you know, I'd encourage everyone, if you've got cards you're not going to use anymore, and I know I'm always saying don't waste things, don't bin it, give it away. You know, give it to the schools and things. They desperately need that sort of thing. So there we go. I'm just going to go with a little bit at the other side. You know what I'm like for liking balance, but keeping everything the same colour. And then I've used the Swirl Happy Christmas from my Christmas collection on its backer, just to sort of fit in there. And again, it needs to be probably a 3 layer. There we go. Pop it in the centre. There we go. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you, Spork. That is really kind of you. There we go. Really simple. But the colour, it looks like something you've bought from a foiled machine. It looks like you almost bought some hunky-dory papers or something like that with that level of foiling. But it really works. But we have got that piece left. So don't forget, just because it comes in a bigger frame, it doesn't mean that you can't use that piece. And that's what I'm going to do. So I could again frame it onto that bit there, or just cut a really nice simple centre. So I've got here, I'm going to measure it in my guillotine. I know this will be 5 inches because I know what I'm like for measurements. So that's 5 inches. So I'm going to cut this piece to 5.5 by 5.5, sorry, nearly 5.5. So just 1/8 of an inch, or 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. Get a little bit more of our gold card and cut that to 5.5 by 5.5. Karen says, I hope everyone has kept warm today and the weather is not too bad for you. It's just cold here. We've had no snow here, but it's been very cold here, and it is very cold here. So please be careful and keep yourselves wrapped up, because it's not nice weather out there. It's really not, and it's apparently going to get worse. So yeah, please take care, and you know, make sure, even if you haven't got heating, or your heating doesn't go up enough, put plenty of layers on. When I lived in Spain, this is going to sound crazy, we didn't have heating. Yeah, so we didn't have heating. Dawn, I hope you haven't ordered spray mount. Remember, spray mount doesn't work as well. If you've ordered spray mount, not display mount, cancel it. Your spray mount is a temporary adhesive. It's like stencil. Your cards will not hold. I just want you to be aware of that. I don't want you to waste your money and have a product you can't use. So yeah, when I lived in Spain, people forget the houses are built to be cold, and I had no heating. So my favourite thing in January was a heated blanket, because I had no heating. So I learned very quickly about layering and making sure that I wore plenty of layers, because we just didn't have any heating. Question: why did my parchment paper crack in the embossing folder? Don't know, Emma. Depends. It doesn't usually, mine doesn't crack. It very rarely cracks. It usually only cracks if it's too thin or too thick. So it could, which is crazy to say. It could be one or the other. But yeah, if you get a chance, take a picture and send me a picture. Yeah, it's too cold to go out. So wrap up in blankets and craft. That's what I used to do in the winter, literally. I used to sit on the, I used to put the electric blanket on my chair. So I sat on it. But can you see there? So I've just taken a card blank and made that 6.5 by 6.5. Yeah. And I've matted and laid, so I've gone nearly 5.5 in white and then 5.5 in gold. But that thin gold mat really does look expensive. But when we go on with that, how you don't need to make a big card. You can use the pieces that are left from these to make, you know, make yourself really nice, smaller things. So, Christine, what is the Christmas sentiment die used? It's the, I think it's called Bold Christmas, or Swirl. It's Bold Happy or Swirl Happy. Oh, Karen suggests for you, Emma, put a piece of card in your folder with the parchment to stop it. Yeah, just again, Zena, you've put, John, eBay sells the spray mount John uses. I don't use spray mount. I really don't want anyone to buy spray mount because it doesn't work. It's really, it's too thin and your card will fall apart. So please keep going on it. Amanda, my die cutting machine stopped working. Any suggestions for replacement? I prefer electric. At the moment, don't use the plates from it. Use the other plate combinations. But the only electronic one that can do everything we need to do is the Gemini 2 at the minute, to be fair. So, yeah, the only one that I would say is decent at the minute is the Gemini 2. But don't use the plates that come with it. They're not very good. They'll break. They're designed to break almost. So don't use those. But yeah, Gemini 2, I'm afraid, because there is the kit and caboodle machine. I know that Highlight Crafts do, but it doesn't emboss. It's no good for embossing. So if you want to do embossing, you've got to have another fold. You've got to have a whole nother die cutting machine. Sorry, it's the display mat. Thanks, Zena. I just don't want anyone to buy the wrong one because then I feel really, really guilty. Samantha Hughes says, I have a heated massage chair pad on my desk chair. That's a good idea, Samantha. But you see there, really simple, smaller version. So we can get that mantelpiece pleaser and go crazy. But we can go smaller just using the frame we made like that. Leslie said she uses the Gemini 2 with different plates. I'm using a Gemini 2 at the moment with different plates. I've been testing it out. And I use the Tonic Tangerine plate, so the orange bottom plate, the Crafts 2 metal shim, and the Crafts 2 3mm flat plate. And I use a couple of shims of card. But that's the combination I use, only because I like a really tight thing. And the Go Power machine, unfortunately, Kirsty, has been discontinued. You can't buy it anymore, which is why I've had to try out a Gemini, because I broke my last. I've got a Go Power for TV, but I don't like to swap them, so I use my so that's what I use. But that's the combination of plates I use, and I've been using this for well over a year now, and look, they don't bend or anything. And I don't treat the machine well. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's what we would now recommend. That's what our it's what Leslie uses. It's what I'm now using at home. But yeah, Amanda, you want to use your sort of a tonic tangerine orange plate, or a Creative Expressions white plate, the white plate that came with the Grand Caliber from Spellbinders. And then just use a metal shim and the Crafts 2 3mm plate, clear plate. The combination of plates that they send you just break. Yeah, the Go Power machine is a brilliant machine. It was the best one on the market, and it was brilliant. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued, and that's a real shame. Oh, so, wow, whew. Ooh, hello. I'll hold that one up. Hello. Yo. I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. It's not felt like a long 2 hours tonight. It's been really good. I'm going to be back on Sunday night doing the launch of the haberdashery, which I'm so excited about. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. I'm going to put photos and videos out starting tomorrow night. But that's my sneak peek. I love that one. That's the very first one I made when it came through. There are 4 die sets in it. And they are I mean, I'm so proud of them. They are absolutely beautiful. Where's that one? Can't remember. I put things in the wrong place and silly places and lose things all sorts of places. Where's that set gone? That we're on next. See, I've lost something else again. Not only can I not find Nicola's samples, I'll show you a quick one of our Leslie's. I don't know where I've put them then now. Lost everything. Going mad. Hey, look at that. Isn't that fabulous? And everything on there, literally, apart from your sort of layers, that one, apart from that one, absolutely everything is in the sets. So they're just so cool. Oh, Leslie's gone and bought special cotton and stuff. So Leslie will be at the Motorcycle Museum. When is that? Is that a week? That's on Saturday, the same day as we've got the Zoom class. So remember, you have got time to sign up to the Zoom class. We're going to be making, that's a week on Saturday. And we're going to be making the box with the wrap and the aperture. And we're going to be making the beautiful card that fits inside. And you'll notice you're getting this die included in the Zoom class, which isn't out yet, so it's an exclusive. You'll be getting these new flowers and leaves, which aren't out yet. You'll be getting those die cut. And it's just a gorgeous project. And of course, you'll be using products that nobody else has had. So you have still got time up until, I think, Friday to book yourself on the Zoom class. It's a week on Saturday. It's £29 and you'll get a brand new exclusive die set that nobody else has got, and all the bits you need, and the class and the instructions and everything. Good. Oh, Dawn's ordered the right one now. Good, Dawn. Don't waste your money, babe. But thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you can join me on Sunday night at 6 o'clock on The Art of Craft and here live on YouTube. And it's the exclusive launch of the brand new haberdashery range, and it's a beautiful range. It's lovely, and it's limited edition, so we don't have a lot. Jan, if you need new clear plates, you can get them from The Art of Craft. The new leaves and the new flower called Strawberry Leaves and Strawberry Flower, but they're not out yet. Don't think they'll be out before the class. But take care, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you've really enjoyed it, and I will see you